Hello everyone. The ongoing Hamas-Israeli conflict will be the attractive area for the UPSC. So what type of MCQs are expected in the upcoming 2024 prelims examination to be conducted in May? Suppose in 2022, the UPSC has introduced something called non-elimination questions, where the candidate will not have the possibility to use the elimination technique. So, for example, if you consider this question, consider the following statements. Recent Hamas attacks on Israel are compared to Yom Kippur War. Yom Kippur War was fought between Hamas and Israeli forces in 1973. Israel won the Yom Kippur War unabated. How many of the above statements are correct? Usually, examiner will give the questions before 2022. It used to be like, what are the correct statements or what are the wrong statements? But since 2022, examiner has changed the trend and they have introduced this kind of not what are the correct statement. You are asked to identify how many statements are correct, how many statements are wrong. So the options given are one statement is correct, two statements are correct, three statements are correct. None of the statements are correct. That is, no statement is right. So answer is B. Only two statements are correct. So if you go into the explanatory part, first statement is correct statement because critics comparing the present war with the Yom Kippur War that was fought in 1973 between the Gulf forces, Arabic forces and Israel. Second statement is wrong because the Yom Kippur War was fought between the Israeli forces and Arab coalition led by Egypt and Syria. Hamas was established only in 1987, but it was not there in 1973. So the second statement is wrong because second statement is saying Yom Kippur War was also fought between Hamas and Israel. Is a wrong statement because it was the state versus state kind of war. Third statement is correct because the war was fought between 6th and 25th October 1973. It was won by Israel unabated without any doubts. So this is one type of question. And type 2, two statement questions. So the examiner will give the two statements and you will be asked to identify the true statement or a false statement. Identify the correct statement. Hamas attack on Israel was named as Operation Iron Swords. Israeli retaliation on Hamas is named as the Operation Tufan Al-Aqsa. So 1 and 2 are correct. Only 1 is correct. 2 is correct. None of them are correct. So if you look at the description and the answer is D. None of these two statements are correct. Is because if you look at the first statement is wrong because Hamas attack on Israel was named as the Operation Tufan Al-Aqsa, but not Operation Iron Swords. Second statement is wrong because Israeli retaliation on Hamas is named as Operation Iron Swords. So the statements are given in reverse. So the answer should be D. A third type of question, one word answer, closely knitted option questions, where if you look at the example, till the recent attacks on Israel, India considered Hamas as a militant group, B, terrorist group, C, Palestinian Authority, D, Palestinian Liberation Army. So the answer for this is till the recent attacks on Israel, Hamas was viewed by the government of India only as a militant group, but not terrorist group. So militant group is right because to engage with the Palestine and to avoid conflict with Arab nations, India considered Hamas as a militant group only till 2023 October 6th. So though India has recognized Israel in 1950, but its proper relations, diplomatic relations were begun only after 1992. And for the first time in the year 2023, after these attacks only, that the government of India has considered Hamas as a terrorist organization. It was only after the 7th October attacks, India declared Hamas as a terrorist group. Palestinian Authority is wrong because Palestinian Authority is a governing body that has overseen parts of the Israeli occupied West Bank since mid-1990s. So its creation was supposed to pave the way to an independent Palestinian state, but today it is considered to have little real power and is operating under the control of the Israeli military. So it is not accepted by the Hamas. The Palestinian Authority is a governing agency which is under the control of the Israel military, but therefore Hamas has not recognized it. Palestinian Liberation Army is also a wrong option because Palestinian Liberation Army is ostensibly the military wing of the Palestinian Liberation Organization set up at the 1964 Arab League Summit held in Alexandria, Egypt, with the mission of fighting Israel. So Hamas is different organization, PLA is different organization. PLA is another militant group which is fighting against the Israelis. So answer for this question is only militant group. Then fourth type of question, elimination basis. Negative questions characterized by not. So the question will contain identify which of the following statements about something is not correct or not true or not wrong. So such not will be there in some questions. Candidates have to be very careful while reading the question in the hot seat. So look at the example of this question, like consider the following statements about Jerusalem. The city is administered by Iran. The city is situated on the southern spur of plateau in Judean mountains. It is located between Mediterranean and the Black Sea. Which among the above statements are not correct? So you have to identify the wrong statement. Not correct means wrong statement. 1, 2, 3, or 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 3. So if you have the answer, you may post it in the comments. So question number 4, answer is C. First statement is wrong because the city is administered by Israel. It is not administered by Iran as being given in the options. So the option is saying the city is administered by Iran, but actually it is administered by Israel. Second statement is correct because Jerusalem is situated on the southern spur of plateau in the Judean mountains, which includes Mountain of Olives and Mount Scopus, northeast. Third statement is wrong because it is located between the Mediterranean and the Dead Sea, not the Black Sea. So the Black Sea is near the Russian-Ukraine region. So the statement is wrong. So only second statement is correct. So the examiner is asking you to identify not correct statements. So 1 and 3 are not correct. So answer is the C. Then there is the matching questions. Around 8 questions at least matching questions will be given by the examiner. So for example, you take a look at this question. Match list 1 with list 2. List 1 has the list of Arab-Israeli wars. List 2 has years of the wars. So far, Arab-Israeli wars have been fought 4 times. So the examiner can give a question on the matching basis with reference to specific aspects. Suez Crisis, 6-Day War, Lebanon War, Palestinian Nakba. So the list 2 contains the years in which they are being fought. So the latest being the 2023 October War. So the question contains the options like A1, B2, C3, D4. So the actual answer for this question is A1, B4, C2, D3. So the proper matched descriptions are being given over here. Palestinian Nakba is a 1948 war. So as soon as Israel got the independence, the Arabic forces have attacked on Israel. So this was the Israeli War of Independence. Suez Crisis in 1956. Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser nationalized the Suez Canal in 1956. So as a result of Britain-France deal, Israel has invaded Egypt's Sinai Peninsula after a deal with the Britain and France, and which was also won by Israel. And the third war is famously known as the 6-Day War because the war has come to an end in just 6 days in 1967. It is the third Arab-Israeli war. So Israel emerged as the sole controller of the city of Jerusalem after this war. Then Lebanon War, 1982. Israel bombarded Lebanon's capital, Beirut, where Palestine Liberation Organization has a number of strongholds. So if you look at the description, this description would be a proper description of this matching question. So answer for this question is C. Then answer question number C. The type of question, case study question. You may also be given a case study like questions. So where you are given a description, and you are supposed to understand the description, then followed by the question, answering the questions. So the description says that this group was formed in 1982 in response to the Israeli invasion of Lebanon. It is a Shia terrorist group, advocates Shia empowerment globally. It is involved in the numerous anti-US terrorist attacks. It casted itself as the defender of the Lebanon against the Israeli aggression. So this description is all about Hamas or Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade. This is another terrorist organization in Israel, in the Palestine. Harakat al-Sabrin, or none of the above. So the answer to this question number 6 is D, none of the above, because the question is expecting you to identify the description. This group was formed in 1982. So the answer is definitely not Hamas, because Hamas was established in 1987, as we know already. But of course, Hamas is fighting the war against the Israel in Palestine, whereas this group is fighting the war against Israel from Lebanon. It's a Shia terrorist group. So you can eliminate safely Hamas from this. So from among the remaining 3, you need to choose between B, C. But if you have a close observation of what is happening in the Palestine, Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade, it was established in 2000 by Yasser Arafat in Palestine. So this is not the question. It is also operating in Palestine only. Harkat al-Sabrin is also wrong, because Harkat al-Sabrin, it's a movement of those who endure, is an Iranian-backed terrorist group that was established in 2014, not in 1982. So none of the above is correct answer, because the answer is correct. Because the description is all about the Hezbollah. The Hezbollah terrorist organization is also participating in the war against Israel in the ongoing conflict. So the answer is for this description is D, none of the above, because the real answer, the actual answer is the Hezbollah. So this is how the UPSC may give the questions of different types. So we have seen a question based on description, a case study oriented question. Then there is a matching type of question, and there is elimination based question with the negative options characterized by negative questions characterized by the word not. And we have the question based on the elimination process with one-word answers. One-word answer, closely related options. And the second type of question, another type is two-statement oriented questions to identify the right and wrong answers. Then another type is non-elimination type of questions, which were introduced in 2022. So all sorts of questions, and few more questions we discuss in the later video.